When you bring a dog into your home, you think you're the one making the commitment. You sign the papers, you buy the food, you provide the roof. But in that first quiet moment when they look into your eyes, they are making a silent promise to you, one they will never break. It's the promise of the constant presence. While your friends might leave and your kids will grow up, a dog promises that you will never again walk into an empty room or face a bad day alone. They don't care about your bank account or your mistakes. They only care that you came home. But there's a deeper, more heartbreaking promise they make. They promise to be the keeper of your secrets and the witness to your life. They promise to love you more than they love themselves, even if it means staying by your side until their very last breath. Today, we're looking at the 7 unspoken vows every dog makes to their family. If you've ever felt this bond, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Welcome to Dog Foundry. Vow 1, the vow of the first watch. When the sun sets and your home settles into the deep silence of the night, your dog doesn't truly sleep. While you drift into dreams, they enter a state of vigilant rest. Have you ever noticed their paws twitching or their ears rotating like radar at a sound you couldn't even hear? That is the promise in action. They are your silent sentinel, a biological alarm system that never needs a battery and never misses a beat. They vow that while you are at your most vulnerable, lost in the fog of sleep, no shadow will move, no floorboard will creak, and no stranger will approach without them standing as your first line of defense. They willingly take the night shift for a lifetime just so you can dream in peace. Ask yourself, how many nights have you slept soundly, simply because they were there? Vow 2, the vow of the mirror. They vow to be your emotional mirror. This is perhaps their most supernatural gift. A dog doesn't just watch your actions, they feel your frequency. Think about those days, we've all had them, where the world feels like it's crashing down. You walk through the door, and before you've even dropped your keys or let out a single sigh, they already know. They don't need an explanation. They are the first to rest a heavy, warm head on your knee, silently offering to absorb the stress you can't put into words. And when you win, when you're beaming with pride, they catch that spark before you've told a soul, doubling your joy with a frantic, rhythmic thud of a tail against the floor. They promise to carry half of your darkness so it doesn't feel so heavy, and to reflect your light back at you when you've forgotten it was ever there. Vow 3, the vow of the shadow. They promise to be your shadow. In the West, we often joke about Velcro dogs, those pups that follow you from the couch to the kitchen, and even to the bathroom door. But look closer. In a fast-paced, digital world where friends can disappear with a click and family might live thousands of miles away, your dog vows to be the one physical constant in your life. They don't need a reason to follow you, and they don't need a destination. Your presence is their destination. Whether you're moving your entire life to a new city or just walking 6 feet to fetch a glass of water, they are there. This is their way of whispering. Where you go, I go. You are my pack, you are my home, and I am yours, until the very end. Vow 4, the vow of no judgment. This is the promise of the pure heart. As humans, we are our own harshest critics. We wake up thinking about our failures, our lost jobs, our aging faces, and the mistakes we can't forgive. But your dog, they don't see your resume. They don't care about your bank account or your social status. To them, you aren't the person who messed up that presentation or the person who feels behind in life. You are simply their entire world. They vow to see the version of you that is worth loving every single morning, with a wagging tail and 0 expectations. They offer the only sanctuary on earth where you can be completely yourself, messy, imperfect, and flawed, and still be a hero in their eyes. Have you ever wondered why we try so hard to be the person our dog thinks we are? Vow 5, the vow of the guardian. They vow to protect the most vulnerable members of your pack. It is a beautiful mystery to watch a high-energy, chaotic dog suddenly transform into a statue of patience the moment they are near a newborn baby or an elderly grandparent. They instinctively understand who needs extra grace. They promise to be the gentle giant, the first playmate who forgives a clumsy toddler's tug on their ear, and the final protector who slows their pace to match the person who can no longer run. They aren't just pets. They are the self-appointed guardians of the family's future and its history. They see the fragility in us, and they vow to wrap it in their strength. Vow 6, the vow of the lesson. They promise to teach you what it means to truly live. While we spend our days trapped in the next thing or mourning the last thing, your dog vows to show you the power of the now. They are the world's greatest philosophers, hidden in fur and four paws. They teach us that a single sunbeam on a hardwood floor is a reason to celebrate. They show us that the smell of the morning air is a grand adventure waiting to happen. They remind us that happiness isn't a destination you reach. It's a walk in the rain, a belly rub, and a quiet evening with someone you love. By keeping this vow, they don't just stay with us, they refine us. They make us more human than we were before we met them. Vow 7, the final gift. And finally, we come to the most difficult vow of all, the vow of the legacy. Your dog knows a secret that we often try to hide from ourselves. Their time with you is just a short chapter in your much longer book. Because they know their years are few, they promise to love you with such a fierce, concentrated purity that the love they leave behind will be enough to warm your soul for the rest of your life. Their final vow is the most selfless of all. They promise to shape your heart so deeply that you eventually become capable of opening it to another dog, even after they are gone. They don't leave you in the dark. They just leave their light inside of you. They don't leave your side. They just become a part of who you are forever. 7 vows. 7 promises kept without a single word ever spoken. So I have to ask you, which of these vows did you find the most relatable in your daily life? Was it the silent protection at night, or the mirror that reflects your joy? Tell us your story in the comments below. We read every single one. If this moved you, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Dog Foundry for more stories about the bond that forges us. Until next time.